Allow me to tell you about the tomfoolery that has happened this past week. Number one, the charging port on my phone no longer works, which would also mean that it affects my videos because the microphone that I use to make sure the audio sounds good in my videos has that same port as my charger. But because the port in my phone is broken, that means my mic won't work. So now the audio for this entire video and for future videos until I get a new phone will be absolute garbage. Number two, I have since started school again. I am about 4 or 5-ish weeks into the fall semester and I'm in another painting class. More specifically, it's just like a free draw class, meaning that I can use whatever medium I want to do my projects, and I just decided to use paints. For this assignment, I decided to do a self-portrait on a 36 by 48 sized canvas, and this is the biggest I've ever painted. Here's the problem though. Because this is such a large canvas, my wooden canvas that I've been using for the longest time is not big enough to hold this. So I went onto Amazon and I bought a proper easel. However, the original size for this project was an 18 by 24 canvas, but I realized that wasn't big enough, so I decided to go bigger. And now I've run into another issue. I would usually freehand my drawings onto the canvas and then paint over whatever I've drawn. However, because this is a self-portrait and a large self-portrait, I want to be as accurate as possible. So I went onto Amazon again and bought a projector, which is a common tool used for painters who are painting like murals or what I'm doing for a big canvas. But now I've run into another issue. This projector, although it works, the quality of the image and the proportion of the image that I've chosen for this self-portrait is incorrect. For one, the image shows up as horizontal when the image is vertical, which means it compresses that image and squishes it and distorts it and stretches it, and so the proportions are way off. So now I have to find another solution because it's been 2 weeks and the only thing I've done is the blue background, which doesn't even look good because all the strokes are going in different directions. So I scoured the internet trying to find alternatives of how to project an image onto a large surface that isn't a projector because I don't want to spend more money. So I came across an app called Mural Maker, and it's a useful tool that a lot of painters use to paint on large surfaces. So I quickly downloaded that app. I accepted the 7-day free trial, which I have to remember to cancel so I don't pay $40 for it, which I don't remember the subscription was, but I just know it was a lot of money. So now it is time for the part of the painting that I have been dreading and stalling on this entire time. The face. Any imperfections found in like the hands or the chest area, I'm not too worried about. However, the face is the most important part of a self-portrait. I can't procrastinate on this part anymore, not only because I am running out of time, but also there's nothing else for me to paint. So I have to get this face done so I can do the other stuff that I need to do. I didn't go to sleep until 3 in the morning, and I had to wake up really early today, and I'm nowhere near done, and this is due on Wednesday. Today is Saturday, October 26th. This is due on the 29th, which should be a Wednesday, and it's not where I want it to be this close to the deadline. So I don't know how well you can see this on camera, but there's still a lot of streakiness in the highlights and also down here with the fabric. I don't know why that's happening. I don't know if it's because I bought this quick drying agent for the sake of time, or if I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what it might be, but whatever it may be, it's causing a huge issue and it's annoying me. But anyways, I am 95 or 96% done with the self-portrait itself. Then I have to move on to the background. And I don't know what I'm gonna do for the background. I'll figure it out when I get there. But the part of this portrait that's going to take the longest is the hand beating part. I don't know if I mentioned this in the video. I probably said it in the beginning, but there is going to be I'm running on fumes right now. I'm running on like 5 hours of sleep. But there is going to be a hand sewn element to this piece, if I can do it. By the time this paint dries, which it should be, because I haven't, at least for the dress part, it should be dry. I should be able to hand sew these beads that I got from Amazon onto this piece. However, depending on how much time I have, I probably won't be able to hand sew it, and instead I'll probably have to glue it on instead. But we'll see when we get there. Okay, so the portrait is nearly done. All I have to do is fill in the hair and also add eyebrows. But I'm going to wait on that because I want to get started on the hand beating part of this project. So I don't have the proper tools to lay this canvas flat so that I can easily hand sew the beads on. I don't remember what that table or thing is called, but it doesn't matter because I don't have it. But I have to now find like some sort of flat surface that allows me to easily hand sew the beads on. So the hand sewing beaded stuff is not going to work, which means we're now resorting to the very last thing, which is just to glue the beads on. And honestly, that might be 20 times faster than just hand sewing it. I am a little bit upset about that because I wanted to bring two crafts together, my drawing / painting ability and my sewing ability. So this is what I have so far for the beading. I don't know how long it's been. I'm gonna assume it's been an eternity. In all honesty, I do think it looks good. I obviously need to do some more practice because I don't have this technique down yet. But so far it's looking good, and obviously the glue will dry clear. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go eat and we'll see how it looks in the next, I don't know, 45 hours. This is how far we have gotten with the beading, and this is how many beads I have, and I'm mostly using these greens, and as you can see there's a lot of surface, and these beads are not going to be enough. Now I did order more beads beforehand, so I do have extra ones that are the same color as the ones in this tray. However, I'm going to need a lot more, but they are not going to be here until the day my assignment is due, which means at that point there's no reason to order them because they won't be here in time. So here's the plan. Finish as much of the beading as I can with the remaining colors that I have. And 2, finish the background, give myself eyelashes and eyebrows because I still haven't done that, and fix the streakiness that is happening with some of the areas of this painting. I didn't go to bed until 3 o'clock in the morning last night, and I had work and class today. I'm running on 4 hours of sleep, if not 3 hours of sleep. Please, help me. Please. Finally, after 4 hours and 48 minutes. I have this palm leaf fully completed. I don't know if it reads as palm leaf, but that's as good as it's gonna get. And this is as much as I got done. And I drew out another, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I drew out another palm leaf coming from out the corner edge of this sleeve. And then I'm probably gonna put one here. But that's what I have done. It is 3:02 in the morning. I'm gonna keep going. I don't have class or work tomorrow, so I can stay up a bit later. But I am going to take a much needed break and just, I don't know, rethink my life. So I was about to draw my eyebrows. Not my eyebrows, my portrait's eyebrows, to make it look less like that. But then I hear this ringing noise, and it's a very familiar, annoying, irritating ringing noise. My phone alarm goes off, and it's a set alarm that I have to wake me up in the mornings. It is 6 o'clock in the morning. I've been up all night, which means it is now Tuesday the 27th. Wait, it is Tuesday the 28th, which means this is due tomorrow. I finished. So I managed to finish my assignment in time for critique day, and my critiques were good. And there were some things that my professor said that I was expecting, like for example, the lackluster background compared to the very detailed portrait of myself. The original plan was to have like a mango tree or have some sort of ode to mangoes, but because I ran out of time, I just did like a quick little abstract paint strokes of like tropical colors, hence the yellows, greens, and blues. So because I just submitted this assignment, I don't have a grade for it yet. I don't think I failed. I got like an A- at the least, but I will update you guys on my socials if you want to follow me on my socials what the grade was for this assignment. This was recorded over a year ago. I got an A- on the painting itself, but the critiques were graded separately from the painting, and that amounted to a B+. Not sure how they came to that conclusion, but those were the grades for this assignment. So I will now leave you because I am very tired. It took my entire 1 week break to finish this portrait, and I got any sleep at all. So I'm gonna go pass out somewhere.